Andrew Tate is a former kickboxer who's built up a truly enormous following on social media. Until a couple months ago, we'd never heard of him. And then the other day, virtually every tech company on the planet banned him. Not just his presence, but also his ability to conduct business on the internet. He was taken off Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, all of it. Then they started telling you that not only was he not allowed to talk, but that you weren't allowed to like him because he was an incredibly bad person. And our view on that always is we'll decide for ourselves, since we're adults and Americans, and we'll listen to anyone we want, and we'll come to any conclusion we care to come to about what that person is about.
I like it.
So we sat down at some length and talked to Andrew Tate, and we wanted to show you some of it so you could make up your own mind, which you're still allowed to do as far as we're concerned. Here's part of the interview.
I like it. That's a big fuck you to all tech companies and censorship motherfuckers, bro. Like, hey, they already know what the hell Tate is about. They just doing this as a fuck you to everybody. All about freedom of speech. Despite how you feel about Fox, CNN, whomever the fuck, they all got biased ass coverages on the shit they talk about. But I like this stance. I appreciate it. Let's go.
I don't really feel like I've exposed anything. Like, I'm truly not a very political person. This is the first time someone's experienced this level of ban. I'm not particularly right wing. I don't vote. I mean, I obviously have my own personal views, but they didn't ban me for that. They banned me simply because I had large swaths of the population agreeing to very traditional masculine values. Teenage men and young men, 22.
I already know what the fuck they're gonna say. Traditional values. You had them praising the misogynistic values. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, bro. Shut the fuck up. Misogynistic these nuts, dog. I just posted a video about that shit today.
The worst people to deal with are the athletes. None of them use condoms, really. So if y'all really want to try to come up off a check off a man, I mean, you could just an athlete. They're really dumb.
This is a PSA for all the men out there and all the boys who think they're men, but they're actually boys. This is going to be the summer of canceling boys.
Everybody say men ain't shit. Men ain't shit. Men ain't shit. Yeah, men ain't shit.
I had to go straight. I had to go, oh yeah, you wanna fuck me? Yeah, let's go to this hotel. And I drop niggas up and I rob them. That's what I used to do.
Society punishes misogyny and praises misandry, bro. Embraces it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, women out here can say whatever the fuck they want to say, however they want to fucking say it about a man. Drag them through the down. Say men are the devil. Men deserve to die. Men ain't shit. All this, that, and the third, right? And nobody even bats an eye. But the man, the moment this motherfucker come up here flexing his nuts, saying I've killed it at life. I can do what I want. I can say what the fuck I want. The motherfuckers are tripping about what the fuck I'm saying. Why? Because I'm a man and I'm waking men up to what the fuck is going on. They don't fucking like it. They gotta shut me up. They gotta silence me before I get this shit going. But it's too late. The cat is out the motherfucking bag. It's incumbent upon men out here to keep this fucking movement moving. I mean, don't let this shit just die down and we just on to the next. No, fuck that. If this shit don't put a fucking battery pack in your ass, bro, then I mean, you deserve to stay in the motherfucking sinkhole your ass is in, bro. This is real shit. Attention needs to be brought on this along with everything else as far as men's rights are concerned. You know what I mean? This is the most attention we've ever had brought to it outside of the Johnny Depp situation. You know what I mean? And motherfuckers are blind to the fact because he's out here saying crazy, toxic shit sometimes. But get out y'all motherfucking feelings and realize what the hell is going on in front of y'all, man. Y'all can't tell me y'all seen countless other motherfuckers say the most crazy, outlandish shit, and they're allowed to do so. They're allowed to do so. But the moment a man come up here and say some shit and gets a response, the world flips upside down. Get the fuck out of here. If y'all don't see the unequal treatment and what the fuck is going on, y'all are part of the goddamn problem. All right, Tate, let's go.
23, 24 were looking up to me and aspiring to be like me. I have a very traditionally masculine life. I have fast cars and a big house and a lot of money and a beautiful girlfriend.
Stunning.
And they thought this was very, very threatening. And for some reason, they decided that it's better if they annihilate me from the internet and replace me with somebody who's more aligned with whatever they're trying to purport.
Tell us what your message is to young men.
Yeah, so I think that being a man is very, very difficult. I think that men's issues are largely overlooked. The people in charge of the world pretend to care, but when somebody who's championing men's issues like myself comes forward and finally manages to garner huge percentiles of the public support, I'm silenced. So they're not really interested in men's issues. And there's a lot of young men growing up today that feel very disaffected. They feel invisible. The agendas that are being forced down their throats are not agendas they align with or they feel affinity to or agendas they want. And I basically just say to men, look, it's a very hard life. You're going to need to get up, work hard, go to the gym. Strong body is a strong mind. You're going to have to reject listening blindly to everything you're told, reject the slave mind, think for yourself, get a strong network of brothers, work aside them. Don't tolerate low quality people in your life, which means don't tolerate men who just smoke drugs and play video games, or men who are disloyal or dishonest. By extension, don't tolerate women or girlfriends who are disloyal or dishonest, and try and build and create a reality full of high quality people in which you can resist the programming that the Matrix tries to influence you.
It's definitely the rated G version of how he says it, but essentially it's what he's been saying. I mean, he just adds the toxicity in it to make it to add a little more spice to it, a little more punch to it, and that's what the fuck they mad at. You know what I mean? But anyway, it's all facts though. It's all facts. He was empowering men, and you got to take the good with the bad. There are some really impressionable minds out there who gonna take what this man say is gospel and go with it, but that's not the fucking majority. The majority of motherfuckers knew what the hell was going down, saw his vision, saw the message he's delivering, and they're gonna take that in, apply it to life, and be better at life, man. Yeah, I mean, motherfuckers out here complain all the time about how soft men are. I mean, shit, more specifically women. Y'all can't fucking find a man to save your life because they all fucking soft, right? You need a motherfucker like this. You need more Tates in this goddamn world to harden men up, to have them be where you need them to be, to make your ass feel fucking safe. You take this shit away, you just want to coddle men that much more, make them soft as fucking pudding. What the fuck you gonna do with that? Control them, mold them into what you need them to be? You're not gonna respect it, man. But at the end of the day, it just opposes shit like this, a man like this. Shit, a hell, motherfucker like me opposes where they're trying to push society right now. They want to keep men weak. They want to keep men bottled up, coddled. Like I said, just uses as fucking soldiers, uses as little fucking workers to keep the world going. Long as we stay over here out the way and just do what you need us to do, it's all good for y'all. But no, fuck that. Fuck that. He was turning the light on for motherfuckers. Turning the light on for motherfuckers, bro. We cutting the soft shit off. We cutting the crappy shit off. You know what I'm saying? You fall, scrape your knee, fuck that. Stop crying, rub some dirt on it, get up off your ass and keep going. Type of shit we need, bro. The old school, the old thing back. But nah, they don't want that. They don't want that. They feel like we're reverting back to the old times. No, we fucking not. No, we fucking not. All it is a man supposed to be a man, a woman supposed to be a woman, and everything else in between can fall in between. Like, the existence of this is not going to affect all the weird shit, all the different shit going on in between. If you can do what you want to fucking do, but that should not be at the demise of masculinity, because at the end of the day, the demise of masculinity is going to be the demise of this fucking world. Guarantee it. Let's go.
Do it and grow up truly happy. And what happens is when I say these things, they ignore 95% of what I say. They ignore me saying that you need to avoid low quality men, and they take the bit where I say avoid women who are dishonest. And then they put it on a reel, a very short 3 or 4 second clip. And then they say I'm a misogynistic person and I'm dangerous to women and I need to be banned. It's a problem.
He should be able to file a lawsuit against somebody for defaming his name the way they did, bro. From the human trafficking, from the women beating, from just the picture they paint in motherfuckers' minds. Right? Because 99% of motherfuckers out here are not going to take it upon themselves to actually do the fucking research to figure out what type of man you're dealing with. They're only going to take in account what media puts out there and treat that shit as gospel and look at this motherfucker as a damn devil. Like, everybody, they don't know what the fuck is going on. You haven't took it upon yourself to go and look up why people are so mad about him. You fucking up. Go do it. Just go look up a fucking compilation of what the fuck Tate be saying, dog. Some shit gonna rub you wrong way, but the majority of that shit is real life shit. It's fucking true as fuck, and you gonna respect it, whether you agree with it or not. It's real shit. You know what I'm saying? If your feelings is hurt, fuck your feelings. It don't fucking matter. It's real life. Life don't give a fuck about your goddamn feelings. That's all he fucking saying. You know what I mean? And then you allowing he say, she say to influence how you fucking see him to the point where he's fucking worse than R. Kelly out here. You know what I'm saying? You would figure they would have fucking took R. Kelly off of goddamn every platform out here from the demonic shit his ass been doing when Tate out here really trying to goddamn save the world. But nah, that ain't what the fuck they want. Like, society is so fucking soft, sad, and bunch of sheep and bitches, bro. Let's go.
Problem is that the majority of young men in the world today are completely invisible.
Facts.
And social media has made them invisible. If you go into an Instagram feed, you have extremely beautiful women, which is fine. They're beautiful. They're allowed to take pictures. But the only men who have followers are men with massive social status, right? Men with Ferraris and money, or rappers, or people who have YouTube channels, interesting people. If you're a normal man with a normal job, you don't really exist in the online world. It's very difficult to get followers. Nobody replies to your DMs. You don't really matter. You don't have access to the sexual marketplace. It's very difficult for you to even get any kind of recognition that you're even.
Think about that. I'll save this for another video, but I definitely want to just say what I'm thinking right now. Cause social media is the number one source of relationships, dating and shit, right? Instagram is the number one dating website, right? And the number one way how people start relationships is from social media, right? So if 90% of men out in social media are invisible to women, bro, come on, man. Just think about that. Think about that. Don't nobody cold approach no more. Don't nobody go to the damn store or go to the damn Starbucks or to the park or grocery store to pull up on women. Like, maybe you're the exception to the rule, but most motherfuckers don't get down like that. The easiest way is just to goddamn slide in somebody's DM and just, hope for the best. 9 times out of 10, that's how relationships start these days, bro. And then if 90% of fucking men out here are invisible to women, you know what I'm saying? And then you have the man like this is out here actually providing men some inspiration to go out there and get it, and you take that shit away, you're gonna make it a whole lot worse. First of all, that was the worst thing to do, was to take him off all fucking platforms, because that means what he's doing is the right thing. So motherfuckers gonna damn be craving for this shit that much more. You know what I mean? So it's gonna implode into something serious. Remember, just think about where most men sit today. It's fucking depressing as shit.
Been alive. And a lot of men feel lost and lonely because of that. And I was championing to a degree their issues by saying to them, look, that is unfair perhaps, but that's the way the game works.
Facts.
You need to become a man of importance. You need to become a man of influence, or you're going to suffer the pain of being invisible forever. Here is how you do it. I wasn't trying to change the rules of the game. I was just telling the men how to win, because I came from nothing and I'm completely and utterly self-made. And I think the reason a lot of men are so depressed is because they feel invisible. They feel like the life is too hard. Women expect me to be strong and smart and funny and interesting with a nice apartment and a fast car and tall and well connected and funny, and it's just too much for them to handle. And the social pressure on men is absolutely immense. And I was championing their issues, and at the same
and they say toxic masculinity is the reason why the suicide rate amongst the men is so fucking high. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. All right.
Time, all these social media platforms pretend to care. As soon as somebody they resonate with stands up and champions their issues, they mass blanket ban me, which shows they have absolutely no care for the young men of the world today. They think that by banning me, I'm just going to vanish, and the young men are just going to go and start eating the gruel that they're fed on their YouTube feed. They don't want to read. They don't want to see transgender people wear makeup. They don't want to see that. They want to see a man who has a bunch of money and a nice life and some fast cars and is strong and is confident. They want an action hero, and that's something that large portions of the world still want to be. And YouTube and social media platforms obviously just don't like the idea of that. They want to get rid of me and try and replace me with something they see as far more malleable, trying to create people which are more malleable and more easy to
soft motherfuckers to keep men soft, bro. They want to maintain the goddamn. I don't want to throw no soft ass names out there. That's not what I want. That's not even what I want to do. But the mold of a man right now that is promoted amongst social media is not the masculine male at all, by any means. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. Y'all see it out there every day. You know what I'm saying? Walking in the skin tight jeans with eyelashes on and fingernails painted that is in touch with their emotions, bro. That is how they want the man to be right now. You know what I'm saying? Which is it's gonna bite motherfuckers in the ass, bro. It's gonna bite motherfuckers in the ass, dog. When y'all be looking for warriors, you ain't got nobody else to fucking fight. You don't got nobody to fight your wars, bro. Y'all better chill out. Y'all better chill out, man. There's no reason why everybody can't exist in a harmony. You do what you want. Different strokes for different folks. You know what I'm saying? But we shouldn't be trying to cancel anybody because of how they see the fucking world. As long as you ain't out here fucking hurting nobody physically, you know what I'm saying? We good. But society's goddamn soft. Society's goddamn soft. And this is the only time some shit like this is gonna happen, because society ain't don't have nothing else to worry about right now besides a man out here trying to show men how to be men.
Program and more easy to control.
So news accounts in the United States say that the U.S. Embassy in Bucharest, Romania, was tipped off to your misdeeds and alerted the local authorities you might be committing human trafficking. Given that this is the same charge they leveled against Julian Assange, or a species of it, skeptical, but I want to know the details. Were you arrested for human trafficking? What happened?
Yeah, I was not arrested. So what happened is I suffered from a case of swatting. It's very popular with people who are large on the internet. Many large YouTubers have been swatted.
Yeah, if you don't know, go on YouTube and just type that shit up, bro. They do that shit all the fucking time, dog. Especially like during in gaming, when somebody's at risk of like losing a game or losing some money or whatever the fuck, they'll swat a motherfucker to distract them from playing the game so the person they're playing against can win. You know what I'm saying? That happens all the fucking time. Or just on some hate shit. Like, what's that motherfucker, Tim Pool is his name? He got a podcast, big motherfucker. He been swatted plenty of times because motherfuckers just don't like him. You know what I mean? But nah, he out here human trafficking. What the fuck this man need to be human trafficking for?
It's where you call the police and you say somebody has a gun or there's a hostage situation and the SWAT team arrives. Somebody made a phone call to the American Embassy saying that I was holding women at my house. The police arrived. And let me state this now. I state this openly to the world. I have absolute respect for the police. I would hate to live in a country where if you call the police saying women are being held against their will, that the police don't respond. That would be terrible. Of course they should come and look. Absolutely. They turned up. They investigated. They realized that nobody was in the house against their will. There was no crime committed. They said, okay, you're not a suspect, but you are a witness to this, along with me, my brother, the housekeeper, the gardener. Everybody who was in the premises at the time was labeled a witness. We had to go to the police station for 45 minutes for pieces of paper. We filled them in and we were let go. I was swatted. Nobody was hurt. There's no human trafficking. There's no women who were tied up. There's none of these things. It's all just complete fallacy.
You probably made some of these companies mad with your views on COVID. So sum up for us, if you would, what you think the response to COVID globally did to the populations of the West.
Yeah, so I certainly made them mad with my views on COVID. I don't want to go to conspiracy theory, and I would also never kill myself. Let me just say that here for the record. But at the time of COVID first being announced, my brother and I decided we sat and had a very logical conversation, and we sat and said, we're two young fighting age males. If COVID can kill us, then the world is over. It's zombie apocalypse time. So there's no point hiding. We may as well go out with a bang. So my brother and I flew to Stockholm, Sweden. Now, I don't know if many people know this, but Sweden never closed down. Stockholm and Sweden never closed down.
Stockholm is fire.
Never made you wear masks. Never mandated the vaccine. At the very beginning of COVID, when the rules were strictest, when Florida was still closed, when Miami was still closed, when the Republican states were still closed, Stockholm, Sweden was wide open with full nightclubs and a party scene like you've never seen. And we lived in Sweden for 3 solid months with zero restrictions, zero worry or interest in COVID. It was like the world was completely normal. And from there, when we left, obviously COVID was still going on. And in a neighboring country, you go to Germany, and they were having full panic attacks, genuine panic attacks if you didn't have a mask on. And it was just very obvious to me. I was like, I've spent the last 3 months ignoring this and I'm fine. And now I'm in Germany surrounded by panic attacks and endless masks. This doesn't make sense. And I told the truth on social media. I said, this is obviously an overreaction. the decimation of your income, the fact you can't go get a doctor's appointment for a genuine ailment or a genuine risk of cancer, for example, the fact that you can't see your loved ones in their final days, these things are far more destructive than the common cold. I think that what they're doing is unfair. I think it's a massive.
Hey, bro, you talking that shit, the common cold. That's a fact, though, bro.
Overreaction. And this is based on my personal experience.
I don't know. I had COVID twice. The first time I had COVID, bro, it felt like the flu. It felt like the flu. That shit put me down. The second time I had COVID, I just popped, but I didn't have any symptoms. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's funny though. We call it the common cold.
And I think at the time there was a lot of pushback, but I would like to think now that 99% of the world see I was totally right. You know, it's kind of funny, Tucker. I'll tell you, when at the height of COVID, I used to say to my brother, how will people struggle with the cognitive dissonance when this is all over? Because COVID is still out there. Nothing's gone away. The thing that we were all hiding from is still right there, out there to get you. But now everyone walks around and they're not scared of it anymore.
Bro.
And I'm like, are people critical enough to analyze themselves and say, for a year of my life, I was deathly afraid of something. Now I'm exposing myself to said thing and I'm not afraid anymore. The media tricked me and I was a fool. But they're not. They don't even seem to self-analyze and go, I got tricked. They're just like, oh, okay, next thing. Hey, Andrew now.
'Cause everybody's sheep,
like
bro.
robots. It's mind-bending.
It's sheep.
Truly.
So I saw you compare the experience of rich people under COVID, you're one of them, to everybody else. What did you notice about that? It seemed like a two-tiered response.
Yeah, so the story was very simple. I was flying inside of Europe. There's a lot of low-cost air carriers. It's only low-cost primarily. There's not much first class, business class, anything like that. And I was flying, and my experience was plagued by endless paperwork, wearing a mask, put the mask over your nose. Every time you eat, you have to put the mask on in between. I got told off for not having the mask up high enough. I got told off for drinking too long because my mask wasn't on. Pure panic and chaos. And because I'm fortunate enough to be fiscally secure, from there I decided I'll just buy private jets from now on.
Fuck. That it?
It's going to take a lot more than...
This video long. I'm gonna check out what Tucker said after the fact, man. But that boy can talk, dog. That boy can talk, bro. But I already know the people's response. I know the naysayers' response. They just stuck on how they felt about the toxic shit and how they fucking feelings was hurt and how it's misogynistic. And if anything's misogynistic, it's the worst thing fucking ever. And everything he fucking says can be seen as misogynistic when, you know, we got all this other bullshit out here that's fucking the world up a lot worse than Tate is. And Tate wasn't even fucking the world up, bro. You got people out here actually wishing for the death of men. You got kids out here being brainwashed into not believing that they are what the fuck they got. I don't even want to tap into that, bro. But if y'all don't see the goddamn double standard, just the bullshit going on, bro, then y'all need to wake the fuck up. Unless y'all enjoy being on that side of things and y'all are some, y'all are some misandry ass witches or some shit, and y'all like seeing men where they are right now. You know what I'm saying? Well, whatever. Y'all time will come. But I just hope motherfuckers wake up and actually instill some motivation into men to becoming men, bringing men back, grabbing they nuts, flexing they nuts, and goddamn, shaking shit up again, man. Because this shit ain't it. This shit is not it, bro. You know what I mean? You best believe here up on this motherfucking channel, we're going to stand up on some goddamn male empowerment all goddamn day. Because motherfuckers need it, because they struggling. Motherfuckers are struggling. It's hard out here. It ain't easy. Motherfuckers take it for granted. They shit on you. You know what I'm saying? You can't do shit right. Everything you do is wrong. You know what I'm saying? It ain't going to be like that, dog. It ain't going to be like that. Recognize your worth. Recognize your value. We're going to get this shit popping, all right? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, man, love y'all. I'm out.